Hello, I thought I would take a look at KHAI, which is a really fun little meme coin, gaming coin, very active team that I've played with before. And that and a couple of others I think have got a really good look for bottoming. The other one I'm looking at is maybe MPC. And you know, Tau, which is a favourite of mine, Bit Sensor, has had a really nice move. I'd like to recycle some profit from that into some smaller ones. So let's take a look at KHAI and why I'm wondering if this one is bottoming. So the first thing is, you know, I'm a big fan of moving averages. So this is a daily chart, and since we got the bearish cross of the moving averages here, this is the 20 and 50. So since we got the bearish cross here back in May, around 114, we've been in a really strong downtrend, and these moving averages have kind of been resistance, particularly this daily 50, which is, for me, you know, when you're trending, a really important support and resistance. When you're going sideways, you can wash back and forward through it. So you can see here, these two moving averages have just got a bullish cross. But the other really exciting thing that's going on here is these 50% retraces. So first, let's talk about when you see a bullish cross in the market and whether you buy it when you see the cross. And I have to say you don't, but what you do is you make a note of it because it's now technically trending higher. And for me, I like to watch it, look for a three-wave correction, and then that's your entry. So here we are in KHAI. Now, if we look at this on a 4-hour, we could argue that we've already made a very nice three-wave correction, pull back to these 4-hour moving averages, and we're moving higher. But on the daily, you know, we're still a little bit stretched. So if you're looking to establish a position that you want to hang on to, you kind of want to see a little bit of a bigger pullback. And the other thing you want to do is buy it as close to these moving averages as you can. So I'm thinking that there's quite a possibility here. If we don't make a new high, I think it would be a really gift of an entry if we saw something like this, a bigger three-wave pullback. And it might be a 50% pullback. Let's talk about why. I'm going to go back to the daily chart. So, oops, scribbling. Let's go back and look. Ever since this correction began in April, every time we've bounced, we've done really interesting 50% moves. So look, from this low to the high, we bounced 50%, pull back 50%, and then we did another big leg higher to retest the highs. And we can measure this all the way down. For example, this swing here, let me make it a bit darker, tidy up, and I'll show you what I mean here. 50%, and we were still in a downtrend. If we look at this next swing here, from this high to low, the 50% was exactly the resistance, and we continued lower. So now if we look at this most recent swing that we have just done in KHAI, 50% is our resistance. It's at 0.4427. So we've broken the pattern that we've been in all the way since May, if we can close above this 50%. But just like when we did this in April, because this is one big spike higher, I think that we could do a 50% retrace before we see another big swing higher. So obviously that pulls us back 50% from these lows to highs, brings us back to a back test of these daily moving averages and potentially 0.29. So I'm just waiting for this to reset. This is one to watch, but we clearly know now what a bottom would look like, or a breakout from this consolidation. We could also draw this as a trend line. If we draw the trend line from the high that we made in April, connect it with the May high, here we are testing it. Third touches of trend lines and horizontal levels are very often false breakouts the first time. And then either you'll stay within it and you go all the way back, continue within the channel or trend that you're in. But what you're looking to see on the third touch quite often is you'll see a reaction, and you want it to kind of be a shallow corrective pattern. And then if you see that, then you will see another leg higher. So this is why I think this is worth stalking a long entry in. The problem with all of these little meme coins, or these smaller coins, or the ones that are on the big exchanges yet, as we saw last week with the Niero stuff, it will take off, you know, if it gets a Binance listing or something like that. And who, you know, so yeah, once it does that, it's gone, I have to say. So I think it's worth stalking and getting an entry in, but just be careful, because if it takes off on news like that, then it's too late to get in, unfortunately. So you need to be a little bit careful of that. The one fun thing I would say about these meme coins is it used to be when you were trading and you wanted to make big moves, and these coins make really big moves, is you don't need leverage. And the really nice thing about not needing leverage is if you don't mind buying more than you can afford, then you can ride the waves, because you've got one token. You've always got one token, and eventually it will come back again. So that's the 50% rule that I'm looking at. So from this high to low, above 0.44 closing and holding above 0.4427, looks like a really nice bottom. There's a lot of things to say that potentially, for the first time since May, we could be seeing a pretty nice bottom in this one. And the other ones that have bottomed and seen this bullish cross, we have seen really nice moves in. Okay, I'm going to do another longer crypto update. If there's any coin that you're looking at that you want to know, is it bottoming and what should you look for, let me know and I'll do some more.